Imagine a young starlet, fresh-faced and full of promise, lighting up the silver screen in hits like Mean Girls and Freaky Friday. Lindsay Lohan was Hollywood's golden girl in the early 2000s, captivating audiences with her charm and talent. But beneath the glamour lurked a storm of personal demons, substance abuse that spiraled out of control. It all came crashing down in 2007 when she was arrested for DUI after a high-speed chase in Santa Monica, cocaine found in her possession. This wasn't just a tabloid headline, it was the start of a legal nightmare that would see her in and out of courtrooms for years. What drove this teen idol to the brink? As we dive into her story, you'll see how fame's dark side can turn a dream into a prison sentence. Stick around as we unravel the twists in Lindsay's turbulent journey from red carpets to rehab. Her first brush with the law exposed cracks in her facade, setting the stage for multiple violations that kept the world watching. Lindsay's rise was meteoric. Born in 1986, she started modeling at 3 and acting by 10. Disney stardom followed, but the pressure mounted. Partying became her escape, fueled by Hollywood's wild nightlife. By 2007, her life was a whirlwind of clubs and chaos. Friends whispered about her addictions, but she denied it all. Then came the infamous Memorial Day weekend arrest, weaving through traffic, crashing her Mercedes, and testing positive for cocaine. It wasn't isolated. Another DUI followed weeks later in Beverly Hills. Probation was slapped on, but Lindsay ignored court-ordered alcohol classes, thinking her star power would shield her. This arrogance led to a pattern of missed hearings and failed drug tests. As we peel back the layers, it's clear her story mirrors so many child stars, talent eclipsed by trauma. What happened next shocked even her fans, a judge's gavel that echoed through her career. Fast forward to 2010. Lindsay's probation violations piled up like unpaid tickets. She missed 7 mandatory alcohol education sessions, claiming scheduling conflicts from filming abroad. But the court saw through it. In a dramatic hearing, Judge Marcia Revel sentenced her to 90 days in jail and 90 days in rehab for breaching terms from her 2007 DUI. Tears streamed down her face as she begged for mercy, but the judge was unmoved. Citing her deplorable behavior, Lindsay entered Linwood Correctional Facility, a stark contrast to her luxury life. Overcrowding meant she served only 14 days, but the humiliation was real. Strip searches, communal living, no makeup. This wasn't her first stint. She'd spent 84 minutes in jail back in 2007. Each violation escalated. Theft charges in 2011 added more time, though served under house arrest. Her crimes weren't violent, but the cycle of addiction fueled them, turning minor infractions into major headlines. The investigations into Lindsay's missteps were relentless. LAPD reports detailed her erratic driving, blood alcohol levels twice the limit, and hidden drugs. Probation officers monitored her closely, but she flouted ankle monitors and curfews. In 2011, after stealing a $2,500 necklace, surveillance footage sealed her fate. 120 days in jail, commuted to house arrest due to overcrowding. Media frenzy followed every move. Paparazzi camped outside her Venice Beach home. By 2012, another crash in her Porsche led to lying to police, adding probation revocation. Judges grew weary, one even calling her a serial offender. Her team argued mental health issues, but evidence mounted. Failed urine tests, skipped community service. This cat-and-mouse game with the law painted Lindsay as a cautionary tale. As we approach the courtroom climaxes, you'll see how her pleas fell on deaf ears, leading to inevitable consequences. Courtrooms became Lindsay's unwelcome stage. In 2013, facing 6 months for reckless driving and lying to cops, She avoided jail by pleading no contest and entering lockdown rehab for 90 days. But freedom was fleeting. By 2015, after completing probation, she reflected on her rock bottom. Earlier sentences included 35 days of community service at a morgue, handling bodies to deter her from danger. Fines totaled thousands, and her career suffered. Lost roles, tarnished reputation. Judges like Eldon Fox emphasized accountability, rejecting celebrity excuses. Her final major brush was in 2012, but echoes lingered. This saga wasn't just legal, it was a battle with self. As sentences stacked, from days to months, Lindsay's story highlighted systemic leniency for stars, yet her repeated offenses demanded justice. What emerged from the ashes? A woman seeking redemption. Today, Lindsay Lohan has reinvented herself, married, a mother, and starring in Netflix rom-coms like Irish Wish. Her prison days, though brief, were pivotal, forcing sobriety and growth. From 2007 to 2013, she spent about 20 days behind bars across stints, a far cry from initial 90-day threats. Overcrowded jails meant early releases, but the psychological toll was immense. She credits therapy and distance from Hollywood for her turnaround. This tale isn't just scandal. It's a reminder of addiction's grip and fame's fragility. If Lindsay could bounce back, perhaps there's hope for anyone. As we wrap her story, think, was justice served, or was it a spectacle? Stay tuned for more Fallen Stars. Subscribe and hit that bell for the next episode in our series on Hollywood's dark underbelly. Your thoughts in the comments. Did she deserve harsher punishment? Picture this: a beloved actress from Desperate Housewives, winning Emmys and hearts alike. Felicity Huffman seemed untouchable, a symbol of suburban perfection on screen. But in 2019, her world shattered with the explosive Varsity Blues scandal, a massive college admissions fraud that ensnared wealthy parents. Huffman paid $15,000 to rig her daughter's SAT scores, desperate to secure a spot at USC. This wasn't a victimless crime. It exposed a rigged system favoring the elite. As federal agents closed in, Huffman's facade crumbled. Join us as we dissect this high-stakes drama, blending privilege, pressure, and penitence. You'll be hooked on the twists of how one decision led to prison bars for a Hollywood icon. What secrets did she hide? Let's uncover the truth behind the headlines that rocked academia and Tinseltown alike. Felicity's path to scandal was paved with success. Born in 1962, she honed her craft on stage before TV fame. Married to actor William H. Macy, they raised 2 daughters in luxury. But parental anxiety brewed. Her eldest struggled with learning disabilities and test anxiety. Enter Rick Singer, the scam's mastermind, promising side doors to top schools. Huffman bought in, arranging a proctor to correct answers post-exam. Emails revealed her doubts, but ambition won. This act stemmed from a culture of entitlement, where money trumps merit. As we explore her mindset, it's a tale of good intentions gone awry, love for her child twisted into criminality. The fallout? A federal probe that exposed dozens. But Felicity's plea made her the face of the scandal. How deep did the deception go? The answers lie ahead. The crime unfolded quietly in 2018. Huffman wired funds to Singer's fake charity, Key Worldwide Foundation. Her daughter unknowingly took the SAT at a controlled site, scoring 1,420, 400 points higher than practice. No bribery of coaches, but fraud nonetheless. Prosecutors called it cheating the system, part of a $25 million scheme. Huffman pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit mail fraud, facing up to 20 years. In court, she expressed remorse. "I am ashamed." But the damage was done. Her actions undermined honest applicants. This wasn't impulsive. It was calculated with coded emails and cover stories. As details emerged, public outrage grew. Why risk it all? Her story mirrors societal pressures on success, but at what cost? Brace for the investigation that brought it all to light. Operation Varsity Blues launched in 2018 after a tip from a financial executive. FBI wiretaps captured Singer's dealings, including Huffman's. Agents raided homes, but Huffman cooperated early, avoiding a dramatic arrest. She turned herself in, posted bail, and faced the media storm. Evidence included bank records, emails like "Rut-row" after her daughter's suspicions. Prosecutors pushed for prison time, arguing deterrence for elites. Huffman's team highlighted her quick plea and family impact. As scrutiny intensified, other celebs like Loughlin fought charges, but Felicity chose accountability. This phase revealed the scam's scale. Fake athletes, photoshopped pics. What followed in court would define her legacy. A sentence balancing justice and mercy. In September 2019, Judge Indira Talwani sentenced Huffman to 14 days in prison, a $30,000 fine, and 250 hours of community service. Prosecutors wanted a month. Defense sought probation. Tearfully, Huffman apologized. "I was frightened, stupid." The judge noted no excuses for privilege. She served at FCI Dublin, a low-security facility, released early after 11 days per policy. Post-release, probation and service followed. This light sentence sparked debate, lenient compared to non-celebs, yet it humbled her, ending her desperate Housewives era. Legal experts praised her contrition, contrasting with others' defiance. As we reflect, her case spotlighted inequality in education and justice. Redemption possible? Time would tell. Felicity Huffman emerged transformed, focusing on family and advocacy. By 2023, she returned to acting in The Good Lawyer, earning praise for resilience. Her brief prison stint, 11 days, taught humility, as she shared in interviews. The scandal cost her roles and reputation, but she owns it. "I broke the law." Today, she supports education equity, turning shame into purpose. This story warns of parental overreach in a competitive world. As we conclude, ask, was 14 days enough? Huffman's fall reminds us no one's above the law. If this gripped you, like and share. Next up, more celeb scandals. Drop your verdict below. Fair sentence or too soft? Thanks for watching. See you in the shadows of Hollywood secrets. Envision a wholesome TV mom from Full House, adored for her warmth and family values. Loughlin was America's sweetheart, but in 2019, she plunged into the abyss of the college admission scandal. Paying $500,000 to fake her daughters as USC crew recruits, she crossed into felony territory. This scheme, dubbed Operation Varsity Blues, unveiled a web of deceit among the rich. Loughlin's arrest stunned fans, handcuffs instead of hugs. As we narrate this gripping tale, blending betrayal and bravado, you'll question how far parents go for their kids. Hang on for the roller coaster of denials, deals, and dungeon time that redefined her image. What possessed her to risk everything? The revelations will keep you riveted. Lori's life screams success. Born in 1964, she rose through soaps to sitcom fame. Married to designer Massimo Giannoli, they built a lavish empire. Their daughters, Isabella and Olivia Jade, thrived on social media, but college loomed. Enter Rick Singer, promising guaranteed admissions via bribes. The couple donated to his foundation, photoshopping girls onto rowing machines despite no experience. Emails showed Loughlin's involvement. "We just want them in." This stemmed from fear of rejection in a cutthroat world. As pressure mounted, good judgment fled. Her story echoes elite anxieties, where status trumps ethics. But the net was closing. Federal eyes on every wire transfer. Prepare for the bust that blew it open. The fraud was elaborate. Funds funneled to USC coaches for athletic spots. Loughlin pleaded not guilty initially, fighting charges of conspiracy, money laundering. But evidence mounted. Receipts, calls, fake profiles. Prosecutors decried it as robbing deserving students. In 2020, she flicked, pleading guilty to wire fraud. I went along with a plan to give my daughters an unfair advantage, she admitted. No remorse at first. She partied post-arrest. This hubris delayed justice, but reality hit. Her crimes weren't violent, but systemic corruption stung. As we delve deeper, see how denial prolonged her agony, leading to inevitable surrender. The courtroom awaited. FBI raids in March 2019 targeted 50 parents. Loughlin surrendered in LA. Paparazzi captured her stoic exit from court. Wiretaps exposed Singer's empire, with Giannulli's emails demanding discretion. Defense claimed ignorance, but proofs piled. $500K checks, staged photos. Public backlash was fierce. Olivia Jade lost sponsors. Loughlin rejected early pleas, betting on acquittal, but mounting pressure cracked her. In May 2020, guilty pleas sealed fates. This probe highlighted inequality, sparking reforms. As sentencing loomed, tension built. What price for privilege? August 2020, Judge Nathaniel Gorton sentenced Loughlin to 2 months in prison, $150,000 fine, 100 hours service. Giannulli got 5 months. I made an awful decision, she said tearfully via Zoom. She served at FCI Dublin, released December 2020 after full term. Probation followed, with community work at Project Angel Food. Critics called it a slap on the wrist, but it shattered her career. No more Hallmark gigs. Legal battles cost millions. Her case fueled debates on class privilege in courts. Redemption began with apologies, but scars remain. Post-prison, Loughlin rebuilt quietly, returning to acting in When Hope Calls, focusing on faith and family. Her 2-month stint humbled her, as she shared in rare interviews. Olivia Jade spoke out on Red Table Talk, owning the fallout. This ordeal exposed Hollywood's underbelly, warning against entitlement. Loughlin's fall teaches that no status shields from consequences. As we end, ponder, adequate punishment? Her story inspires reflection on integrity. If captivated, subscribe for more. Next, twisted tales await. Comment, too lenient? Thanks for joining. Stay curious. Step into the tragic world of a 90s starlet whose life veered off course in a fatal instant. Amy Locane, known for Melrose Place and Crybaby, faced horror in 2010 when her drunk driving caused a deadly crash, killing Helene Seaman and injuring her husband. This wasn't mere recklessness. It was vehicular homicide. Blood alcohol thrice the limit. Her actions shattered families. As we chronicle this heart-wrenching case, mixing fame's allure with fate's cruelty, you'll grip your seat. What led to that fateful night? Uncover the descent from spotlight to cell block in this cautionary epic. Amy's early fame shone bright. Born 1971, she debuted young, landing roles with Johnny Depp. Melrose Place boosted her, but personal struggles simmered. Divorce, motherhood. By 2010, alcohol gripped her. That June night in Montgomery, New Jersey, she attended a party, downing drinks despite warnings. Driving her minivan, she sped erratically, rear-ending cars before the fatal collision. Witnesses described chaos. Her denial fueled outrage. This stemmed from untreated issues, echoing many stars' battles. As tragedy unfolded, investigations revealed a pattern of risk. The horror ahead would redefine justice. The crash was devastating. Amy's vehicle slammed into the Siemens at 60 miles per hour, killing Helene instantly, critically injuring Fred. Amy, unscathed, failed sobriety tests. BAC 0.23%. Charged with vehicular homicide, assault by auto. She pleaded guilty in 2012, facing 5 to 10 years. But sentencing twisted. Initial 3 years, served 2.5. Released 2015. Appeals deemed it lenient. Resentenced 2020 to 8 years. Her crimes: not just driving drunk, but fleeing prior hits. Families grieved, demanding accountability. This saga's turns keep coming. Police arrived to carnage. Amy's slurred speech, empty bottles in car. Witnesses testified to her swerving miles before. Prosecutors built a case on BAC, skid marks, prior warnings. Amy claimed blackout, but evidence contradicted. Appeals court in 2019 vacated light sentence, citing judges' sympathy over law. 2020 resentencing, 8 years, parole after 6. Federal appeals failed by 2022. This prolonged probe highlighted judicial inconsistencies. Sentencing drama intensified. Superior Court Judge Angela Borkowski imposed 8 years in 2020. Mandatory 85% under No Early Release Act. Amy, tearful, apologized. "I'm devastated." Served at Edna Mahan, eligible parole 2024. Initial 2013 3-year term was too soft. Appeals ruled. Fines, license suspension added. Victim's family pushed for max, citing irreparable loss. Her case sparked debates on celebrity leniency in DUI deaths. Justice, though delayed, prevailed. As of 2025, Amy remains incarcerated, reflecting on redemption. Her story warns of alcohol's dangers, inspiring prevention talks. From star to inmate, it's a sobering fall. Families heal slowly. Amy seeks forgiveness. This tale urges responsibility. If moved, subscribe. More stories next. Comment, fair justice? Stay safe out there. Enter the twisted mind of a fringe actress whose desperation birthed a bioterror plot. Shannon Richardson, with walk-on parts in The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, mailed ricin-laced letters to President Obama and Mayor Bloomberg in 2013. Framing her estranged husband, this scheme blended marital malice with deadly intent. No one died, but the terror was real. Ricin can kill in days. As we dissect this venomous vignette, fusing small-screen obscurity with high-stakes horror, you'll question the lengths of betrayal. What festered in her to weaponize poison? Grip tight for a narrative that's equal parts thriller and tragedy, exposing how a bit player became a federal felon. The revelations will chill you to the core, reminding us that evil often hides in plain sight. Her minor fame masked major madness, setting the stage for a case that gripped the nation. Stay with us as we trace the toxic trail from conception to conviction. Shannon's backstory reads like a cautionary script. Born in 1977, she chased Hollywood dreams, but landed only crumbs, zombie extras, and vampire cameos. Married to Nathan Richardson, a veteran, their union soured amid her pregnancies and his suspicions. By 2013, with 5 kids and 1 on the way, divorce loomed. Shannon hatched a plan. Order castor beans online, brew ricin in her Texas kitchen, and send anonymous threats. The letters warned, "You will have to kill me and my family before you get my guns." Motive? Custody leverage by pinning it on Nathan. This wasn't impulse, it was premeditated poison, rooted in resentment and revenge fantasies. As marital discord escalated, her actions veered into federal crime territory. What clues did she leave? The unmasking begins now, revealing a web of deceit that even she couldn't sustain. The plot ignited in May 2013. 3 letters arrived, laced with ricin, enough to lethality if inhaled. Shannon anonymously tipped the FBI, accusing Nathan of the deed. But cracks appeared. Searches of their home found ricin residue on her gloves, not his. Under interrogation, her story crumbled. She failed a polygraph and confessed. Charged with producing and mailing a biological toxin as a weapon, she faced life. This crime transcended domestic spat. It was attempted assassination of leaders, invoking post-9/11 fears. No victims succumbed, but the intent horrified. Prosecutors painted her as a manipulative monster, while defense cited postpartum issues. As evidence mounted, Amazon orders, lab tests, her facade shattered. This phase of the saga underscores how one lie snowballed into a national security scare. Brace for the legal labyrinth ahead. FBI agents swooped in June 2013, arresting Shannon at her new Boston home. Wiretaps and forensics sealed her fate. Fingerprints on envelopes, ricin tutorials on her computer. She initially denied, then admitted crafting the poison from a Breaking Bad-inspired recipe. Plea negotiations followed. Guilty to possession and transfer of toxin, dropping murder attempts. The investigation exposed her elaborate frame job, planting evidence in Nathan's truck. Media dubbed her the ricin actress, her minor roles now infamous. Divorce proceedings intertwined, Nathan gaining custody. This scrutiny revealed deeper instabilities, prior arrests for arson, mental health flags. As trial loomed, her team pushed for leniency, but facts damned her. The courtroom would deliver a dose of reality, far harsher than any script. In July 2014, U.S. District Judge Ron Clark sentenced Shannon to 18 years, the maximum under her plea, plus $367,000 restitution. "I'm not a monster," she wept, blaming hormones and abuse. But the judge saw calculation, noting her pregnancy during the crime as aggravating. Appeals failed. She's incarcerated at Carswell Federal Medical Center, eligible for release around 2028 with good behavior. No parole yet, but programs for mental health aid her. This punishment fit the peril. Ricin scares evoked anthrax panics. Legal experts hailed it as deterrence against copycats. Her case blended family law with counterterrorism, a rare hybrid. As consequences crystallized, Shannon's story became a benchmark for intent over outcome in sentencing. Redemption? Perhaps in reflection behind bars. As of 2025, Shannon Richardson lingers in prison, her acting aspirations ashes. Divorced, estranged from children, she pens regrets in interviews, vowing change. This ordeal spotlights the intersection of mental illness and malice, urging compassion without excusing. From extra to extremist, her fall warns of unchecked rage's ripple effects. Society learned, even low-profile threats demand swift action. If this poisoned your curiosity, hit like and subscribe. Next episode dives deeper into Hollywood horrors. Share below, was 18 years fair or too harsh for no harm done? Thanks for tuning in. Remember, truth is often stranger than fiction. Stay safe and question the quiet ones. Flash back to a bygone era of glamour and gaffes. Zsa Zsa Gabor, the Hungarian bombshell of Moulin Rouge fame, slapping a Beverly Hills cop in 1989. This petty assault ballooned into a media circus, landing the diva in jail for 3 days. Known for quips and husbands, her defiance turned a traffic stop into tabloid legend. As we revive this campy caper, mingling old-school elegance with courtroom comedy, you'll laugh at the absurdity. What ignited her infamous slap? embark on this sparkling saga of ego versus authority, where Darling met handcuffs. The details dazzle, proving that even icons aren't immune to the law's sting. Her jet-set life clashed with reality, birthing a story that's equal parts farce and footnote in celebrity justice. Hold on for the ritzy ride through her royal rumble. Zsa Zsa's world was pure extravagance. Born in 1917 Budapest, crowned Miss Hungary at 19, she fled to America during World War II. Hollywood embraced her accent and allure. Roles in films, TV cameos, and 9 marriages, including to Hilton and Von Anhalt. By 1989, at 72, she cruised Beverly Hills in her Rolls-Royce. License expired, tags outdated, vodka bottle open. Pulled over by Officer Paul Kramer, she argued haughtily, then slapped him when he reached for her purse. He was rude, she claimed, but witnesses saw diva drama. This stemmed from entitlement bred by decades of adoration. As temper flared, a simple citation escalated to battery. Her persona, witty, worldly, now faced scrutiny. What followed was a trial as theatrical as her life. The incident exploded. Zsa Zsa charged with battery on an officer, driving without license, and open container. She pleaded not guilty, turning court into spectacle, arriving in furs, quipping to press. Trial highlights, testifying the slap was self-defense, calling Kramer a little punk. Jury convicted on all counts after days of drama. Sentence: 3 days jail, $13,000 fines, 120 hours community service, psychiatric evaluation. She appealed vigorously, delaying incarceration. Crimes were misdemeanors, but her attitude amplified them. Public divided. Some saw sexism, others schadenfreude. This episode captured 80s excess, where celebrity met consequence. As appeals dragged, anticipation built for her lockup. Beverly Hills PD launched a straightforward probe. Kramer's report detailed the slap, backed by dashcam and bystanders. Zsa Zsa's team countered with character witnesses, painting her as a lady provoked. But evidence held. No license since 1986. Alcohol present. Appeals climbed to California's Supreme Court. All denied by 1990. Media hounded every hearing. Johnny Carson joked about it. This circus cost her endorsements but boosted notoriety. Books, appearances followed. Legal twists included a dismissed defamation suit against Kramer. As reality set in, Zsa Zsa prepped for jail, packing makeup despite bans. The investigation underscored that fame doesn't trump facts. Sentencing spotlight awaited. June 1990. Judge Charles Rubin upheld the 3-day sentence, served at El Segundo Municipal Jail. No special treatment, despite pleas. "I'm too old for this," Zsa Zsa lamented, but complied. Community service at a homeless shelter humbled her. Eval deemed her sane but spoiled. Fines paid promptly. Appeals exhausted, this marked her only criminal blot. Legal legacy: it humanized stars, showing accountability. She emerged unscathed career-wise, spinning it into comedy gold. This brief brush with bars contrasted her lavish life, a quirky detour. Justice served with a side of satire. Zsa Zsa Gabor passed in 2016 at 99. Her slap saga a beloved anecdote amid a glittering legacy. No lasting scars from jail. It became talk show fodder, enhancing her icon status. This tale tickles with its triviality, proof that small sins can spark big stories. From Budapest beauty to Beverly bust, she embodied resilience with flair. If this delighted, subscribe for more vintage. Plunge into the turbulent tempest of a soap opera queen's unraveling. Heather Locklear, dynamo of Dynasty and Melrose Place, arrested in 2018 for domestic violence and battering officers. Amid mental health storms and addiction waves, Her outbursts led to custody clashes. As we navigate this raw recount, intertwining 90s nostalgia with modern meltdown, you'll empathize with the fragility behind the facade. What sparked her spiral? Cling to this compelling chronicle of glamour gone awry, where therapy triumphed over traditional punishment. Her golden girl image shattered, birthing a story of survival and second chances. Prepare for an emotional eddy through her legal labyrinth. Heather's heyday defined TV vixens. Born 1961, she skyrocketed with T.J. Hooker, marrying rockers Tommy Lee and Richie Sambora. Divorces deepened depressions. By 2018, 20-plus rehab stints marked her battles. February incident. Called for suicidal threats, she assaulted her boyfriend, then kicked and punched responding deputies. June added a paramedic battery during another crisis. These stemmed from bipolar disorder, anxiety, substance abuse, a toxic mix ignored too long. As health deteriorated, interventions failed until law stepped in. Her narrative echoes many stars' silent sufferings. What evidence emerged? The probe promises poignant insights. Charges piled. 8 misdemeanors, including battery on peace officers, resisting arrest. Heather pleaded no contest in 2019, avoiding trial. Crimes linked to impairment, not premeditation. Domestic violence from altercation, officer assaults in frenzy. No severe injuries, but actions endangered. Court-mandated mental evaluation revealing deep issues. This wasn't isolated. Prior DUIs, crashes hinted at patterns. Public sympathy grew as details surfaced, framing it as cry for help. Legal path favored rehabilitation over incarceration. Tension mounted toward resolution. Ventura County Sheriff's Office investigated swiftly. Body cameras captured Heather's combative state, screaming, striking. Witnesses corroborated. Medical records showed intoxication. Defense highlighted psychiatric emergencies, not criminal intent. No felony upgrades due to context. Media scrutiny intensified her isolation. Paparazzi hounded rehabs. This phase exposed systemic gaps in celebrity mental health support. As pleas negotiated, focus shifted to treatment. August 2019. Judge suspended 120-day jail for 30-day residential treatment, plus 3 years informal probation. Heather complied, emerging stabilized. No further incidents. She avoided prison entirely. Sentence emphasized compassion. Fines minimal. Therapy key. Legal outcome praised for prioritizing wellness. Her case influenced discussions on decriminalizing mental crises. By 2025, Heather Locklear thrives privately, sober, engaged in advocacy for mental health. Her near miss with jail catalyzed lasting change, inspiring others. This story shifts from scandal to salvation, underscoring support's power. If resonated, subscribe. More comebacks await. Share your struggles below. Stay strong. Picture a prodigy whose shine was dimmed by darkness. Tatum O'Neal, the youngest Oscar winner at 10 for Paper Moon, caught in a 2008 drug sting buying crack cocaine in New York City. From Hollywood's darling to a street-level bust, her arrest unveiled scars from a childhood steeped in chaos. As we unravel this poignant tale, blending golden accolades with gritty relapse, you'll feel the weight of her struggles. What ghosts drove her to that shadowy alley? Join us for a heart-wrenching journey through fame's highs and personal lows, where addiction clashed with ambition. This isn't just a scandal, it's a saga of survival, pulling you into the emotional storm of a star's redemption quest. Stay tuned as we explore the roots of her fall and the fight to rise again. Tatum's story began with brilliance. Born in 1963 to actors Ryan O'Neal and Joanna Moore, she dazzled in 1973's Paper Moon, earning an Academy Award. But behind the applause was pain. Her parents' volatile marriage, mother's drug overdose death, and father's abuse. By her teens, Tatum battled heroin. Sobriety came in the 90s, but cracks lingered. In June 2008, at 44, she approached a dealer near her Manhattan home, nabbed by undercover cops with cocaine and a pipe. Her excuse? Research for a meth addict role. Quickly retracted, it exposed raw vulnerability. This relapse stemmed from unresolved trauma, a family legacy of addiction. As headlines screamed, her past unraveled. What evidence sealed her fate? The truth lies ahead. The charge was misdemeanor cocaine possession, a small crime with big echoes. Tatum pleaded guilty within days, admitting she bought drugs to use, not sell. No violence, but the public buy humiliated a once revered star. The court saw addiction, not malice, opting for mercy over jail. Sentenced to 2 half-day drug diversion programs, she avoided bars but faced scrutiny. Her history, documented in memoirs like A Paper Life, showed cycles of abuse and recovery. Prosecutors noted her cooperation, but fans mourned the fall of their childhood icon. This moment wasn't isolated. Prior DUIs hinted at fragility. As we dive deeper, see how a swift plea aimed for healing over punishment, setting a stage for redemption or relapse. The courtroom drama unfolds next. NYPD's sting operation targeted Lower East Side dealers. Tatum was a chance catch. June 1st, 2008, officers observed her transaction, finding crack, cocaine, and paraphernalia in her bag. She didn't resist, her honesty disarming. Search warrants on her apartment yielded no more drugs, but tabloids feasted. Headlines like Oscar Kid to Junkie. Her defense leaned on her past, abusive upbringing, decades of therapy. The investigation was brief, focused on the buy, with no deeper conspiracy. Public reaction mixed pity with judgment, her family feuds resurfacing. Ryan O'Neal's silence spoke volumes. This probe exposed how fame amplifies personal failures. As pleas finalized, the focus shifted to recovery. What sentence awaited? Justice loomed. In July 2008, a Manhattan judge handed down no jail, a conditional discharge with 2 half-day drug education sessions. Tatum complied, attending programs that emphasized relapse prevention. No fines, no probation, just a mandate to stay clean. This leniency reflected her candor and lack of prior violent offenses. Legal analysts noted the system's shift toward rehabilitation for non-dealers. Her career, already quiet, took no major hit, but her image as a troubled prodigy solidified. The outcome offered a lifeline, not punishment, aligning with her ongoing therapy. As we reflect, this light touch sparked debate. Too soft for a star. Her story pivots here, from scandal to a chance at salvation. Did she seize it? The final chapter reveals all. Imagine a sun-soaked siren, sprinting across beaches in Baywatch's iconic red swimsuit. Yasmine Bleeth was a 90s fantasy, until a 2001 car crash in Michigan exposed her cocaine addiction, landing her in cuffs. From pinup to police blotter, her arrest shocked fans, revealing a tide of personal turmoil. As we ride this wave of tragedy, weaving surfside stardom with drug-fueled descent, you'll feel the undertow of her struggle. What sank this TV goddess? Dive into a gripping saga of beauty, betrayal, and a battle for sobriety. This isn't just a fall, it's a fight against addiction's currents, pulling you into her stormy seas. Join us as we chart Yasmine's path from fame's crest to legal depths, a tale of loss and longing for redemption. Yasmine's rise was radiant. Born in 1968 New York, she modeled as a toddler, starred in soaps like Ryan's Hope, then ruled as Baywatch's Caroline Holden from 1993 to 1997. Global fame brought pressure. Her body scrutinized, self-esteem eroded. By 2001, cocaine was her crutch, numbing insecurities. September 12th, driving erratically near Detroit, she crashed her car into a median. Police found cocaine syringes, and her blood tested positive. A 2000 Texas possession plea foreshadowed this spiral. This wasn't a one-off. Addiction had rooted during her post-show fade. As news broke, fans grieved their beach queen. Her story mirrors fame's fleeting promise. What did cops uncover? The investigation's ripples spread next. Charged with felony cocaine possession and driving under influence, Yasmine faced up to 7 years. She pleaded guilty to both in November 2001, seeking leniency. The crime, not just drug use, but endangering lives by driving impaired. No injuries, but potential was grave. Court records noted her blood cocaine levels far above legal limits. Prosecutors pushed probation over prison, citing her first major offense and rehab willingness. Her public image, once wholesome, cracked under headlines like Baywatch Babe Busted. This wasn't malice, but addiction's chaos. As we explore, see how her plea aimed for recovery, not retribution. The legal tide turned toward mercy, but would it save her? Sentencing stakes come into focus. Romulus Police Department's investigation was damning. September 2001, officers responded to Yasmine's crash on I-94. Her car held 28 grams of cocaine, needles, and paraphernalia. Toxicology confirmed heavy use. She admitted addiction, not dealing, cooperating fully. Earlier brushes, like a 2000 Texas plea for marijuana, hinted at patterns. No witnesses to the crash, but traffic cams caught her swerving. Media frenzy painted her as a fallen idol. Her silence fueled speculation. The probe was straightforward. No conspiracy, just personal collapse. Her team stressed rehab over jail, citing her clean record otherwise. As evidence locked in, sentencing loomed. Would courts see a star or a statistic? The verdict's wave crashes next. In January 2002, a Michigan judge sentenced Yasmine to 2 years probation, 100 hours of community service, $1,500 in fines, and mandatory rehab. No jail time. A nod to her remorse and treatment commitment. She completed a 28-day program, working with addiction counselors, and served hours at a local charity. The sentence aimed to rehabilitate, not ruin, reflecting her nonviolent crime. Her career stalled. No more TV roles. Her Baywatch glow dimmed. Legal experts noted the standard penalty for first-time felons, but fans debated, too lenient for a star? This outcome gave Yasmine a lifeline, but the spotlight faded. As we near the end, her recovery journey begins. Did she stay afloat? The final tide tells all. Yasmine Bleeth vanished from fame, but by 2025, she's sober, married to Paul Cerrito since 2002, living quietly in Arizona. Her 2001 arrest, no prison, just probation, was her wake-up call, leading to lasting recovery. She shuns Hollywood, focusing on wellness and privacy. This story isn't just a crash, it's a comeback, warning of addiction's undertow while celebrating resilience. From beach icon to survivor, Yasmine's arc inspires. If this hooked you, subscribe. More tales of triumph await. Comment, was her sentence fair for the crime? Thanks for diving in. Let's keep exploring the human side of Hollywood's falls. Stay strong, and see you in the next wave of stories. Step into a chilling cult conspiracy that snared a TV hero. Allison Mack, beloved as Chloe Sullivan in Smallville, imprisoned for her role in NXIVM's sex trafficking ring. From 2006, she morphed from actress to recruiter. branding women as slaves under Guru Keith Raniere's spell. Her 2018 arrest shocked fans, exposing a sinister sisterhood. As we unravel this dark drama, fusing superhero stardom with cultic control, you'll shudder at the betrayal. What seduced her into this abyss? Embark on a haunting exposé of manipulation and misplaced loyalty, where a TV good girl turned villain. This isn't just crime. It's a cautionary epic of brainwashing and broken trust. Stay gripped as we peel back NXIVM's layers, revealing Allison's fall from grace. Allison's ascent was all-American. Born in 1982 Germany to U.S. parents, she acted from age 7, landing Smallville in 2001, a decade-long hit. Post-show, seeking meaning, she joined NXIVM, a supposed self-help group in Albany. By 2006, under Raniere's charisma, she rose to lead DOS, a secret sorority enforcing starvation, branding, and blackmail via collateral like nude photos. Allison recruited actresses, promising empowerment but delivering servitude. Her zeal stemmed from insecurity, Raniere's grooming exploiting her need for purpose. As NXIVM grew, victims whispered of abuse. This tale probes cult psychology, how a star became a pawn. What broke the spell? The investigation's shadow looms large. In April 2018, FBI arrested Allison on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy. She pleaded guilty in 2019 to racketeering and conspiracy, admitting she coerced women into labor and sexual acts through threats. Crimes weren't violent, but insidious, using collateral to silence victims, branding them with Raniere's initials. Prosecutors detailed her role: recruiting, collecting compromising material, enforcing obedience. Her plea spared a trial, but testimony against Raniere exposed NXIVM's core. Public horror grew. Fans couldn't reconcile their hero with this horror. As evidence stacked, her remorse surfaced, but damage was done. This phase reveals cult mechanics. Sentencing's weight awaits. The FBI's 2017 probe, sparked by defector Sarah Edmondson's exposé, unraveled NXIVM via wiretaps, victim interviews, and seized emails. Allison's texts showed her directing DOS operations, branding sessions, and assignments. Raids found documents linking her to Raniere's inner circle. She cooperated post-arrest, wearing a wire to implicate others, reducing her charges. Media Storm branded her cult recruiter. Her Smallville legacy tarnished. The investigation spanned years, dismantling a $150 million empire. Her team argued brainwashing, but evidence showed agency. As trial neared, her plea shifted focus to accountability. What penalty fit such betrayal? The courtroom's verdict beckons. June 2021, Brooklyn federal judge sentenced Allison to 3 years in prison, $20,000 fine, and 3 years probation. She served 2 years at FCI Dublin, released July 2023 for good behavior. "I threw away my moral compass," she sobbed, letters from victims and supporters pleading leniency. Her testimony against Raniere, sentenced to 120 years, swayed the judge. The sentence balanced her cooperation with the harm. Dozens manipulated, some scarred for life. Legal analysts praised the outcome as fair, sparking cult prevention talks. Her career ended, but her story reshaped discourse on coercion. As we close, her remorse offers hope. But was justice served? Her final act unfolds next. In 2025, Allison Mack lives quietly, married, and deprogrammed, far from Hollywood's glare. Her 2-year prison stint forced reflection. Therapy unraveled NXIVM's hold. She speaks sparingly, focusing on restitution through advocacy against cults. This saga warns of charisma's dangers, urging skepticism of gurus. From TV hero to felon, Allison's fall teaches resilience through repentance. If this chilled you, subscribe. More twisted tales await. Comment, what's 3 years enough for her role? Thanks for joining. Let's keep exposing manipulation's masks. Stay vigilant and catch the next dark chapter of Celebrity Secrets.